everyone. I get a lot of requests from people asking me how do we cleanse our purchases and which purchases do we cleanse. Now, as far as I'm concerned, anything that comes into your home carries someone else's energy. They picked it up, they looked at it, they played with it, and so you want to be able to cleanse those energies from your stuff. Especially certain things like crystals hold the energy a lot more than other things. If you're buying used clothing, well, you'll wash it, right? And that in itself is going to cleanse the clothes. But how do you do a couch, a used couch that you get for yourself? Or, maybe some cards. You just got some cards and you want to use them. You can cleanse the process of creating these cards, transporting these cards, everybody that touched these cards. I'm going to show you just how you do this. You can do this with a smudging. It could be with herbs or it could be with water, either or both. I recommend both if you have both. If you don't have a water smudge, please watch the YouTube video on water smudge. And if you don't have the herbs and you would like to collect them yourself, watch the video we've made on collecting herbs. But now we're starting with, we already have the herbs. We're going to light the candle. And then we're going to light the smudge. Now it's important that you clear the energy that's already in there. Yeah, it's a little bit different for crystals, so I'm going to get the crystals in a minute. Right now, I'm going to show you how you can cleanse cards and jewelry. We use a mixture of sacred herbs, so it's always a little bit harder to get it started at first. But these are going to be used for sacred work, so they become tools. So you take your deck of cards, and you will pass each card in the smudge. Now you have to be connected to the divine to do this. And so you pray to your higher power, whoever that is. You ask that your ego steps out of the way and you become a conduit for this pure energy to travel through you into your hands. And then you ask for the smudge to be the purification element for this action that you're doing. So in this case, clearing this deck so that I can use it for myself. Releasing all the old energies that it contained. And as you can see, you don't need like a fire smoking, bonfire of smoke here. You just need a little bit of smoke. And these cards are really heavy with energy. So this is good that we're doing this. There you go. And you do this for your deck, the entire deck, card by card, and both sides are done. Why both sides? Because the energy is traveling through things, n'est-ce pas? It's both sides of things. So it's important that we purify all of the cards. And it's that simple. Then you will have clean your deck of cards. And you can do this even after you purchase your deck and you've used your deck for several times and you want to clear the energy that's been accumulating in the cards and clear it. And then you can clean your deck of cards again. Now, for clearing crystal, you have to ask for the crystal to be cleansed of the process of being mined. You want to clean all of the energy in all its dimension so that the properties of the rock or the crystal is reinforced. Now, people ask me, so how do you choose which crystal you want? Well, first you go into the store and you wait to be called with a crystal. Unless you need a specific crystal, you looked into a book, you want to do a crystal grid, and you need the properties of an opalite or a fluorite, which is this one here, you wait for the one that attracts you and calls you. But let's say there's 5 different fluorite there on the shelf at the store and you don't know which one to take. Personally, I will go with energy. And I will ask, so which one is the most powerful fluorite for me? In this case, I only have one, so this one's pretty powerful. You select it this way. You can also do muscle testing. You can trust your intuition. I also usually in a store, if there's several of them, I will see a light inside the crystal calling me and telling me I'm the one. So you can pick that one. Now, it comes down to clearing the crystals and your purchases. It depends on how familiar you are with clearing techniques. Because you could use crystal bowls if you have them. You could use Tibetan bowls. You use the vibrational sound or of drumming or chanting or toning to clear the crystal. You could just pass it in a smudge. But if you really want this crystal to work with you and you want to let him know that you respect it, when you first bring it home, you can put it in the dirt of a flower plant, of a potted plant. We are letting it rest. And I would suggest that you wait like a whole month, if you can, if it's not urgent. And then you pull it out and then you rinse it in the water. You don't even need soap. You just put it under water to clean it up. And then, hopefully, you waited a whole month and it's full moon, and then you put it on the window at night for the full moon and let it charge for 12 hours. And then you smudge it. If there's anything left, it's going to go away. So then after that, you've used your crystal, and all you need to do is just put it in the moonlight if you like, and just smudge it if you use it a lot. And that way, it gives the crystal a chance to know that it is love and it's being recharged. And it can be used inside of a crystal grid. It can be used. It can be used on its own. It can be used to set some intentions. It can be used to reinforce a letter of intent that you may have written down. I don't know what I'm going to use this opalite for. But what I do know is when I do use it, I'm going to use it for its properties of opalite. So it's not important what I'll use it for. What I want the crystal to know is I purify you. I put you through this cleansing smoke. And I allow you to be purified in all your dimensions. So that we can work together and reinforce your personal properties. Now, I have a special one over here. This magnificent crystal skull. This one, I want this skull to work with me, to be linked with me. So I'm going to tell him that. I bless you, and I cleanse you in all the dimension in which you transmute energy. And I ask you to work with me to keep my thoughts, my ideas, focused on positive, compassion, and love energies. That you know what I need, and that you help me get there, manifesting what I need. This amazing one also is a specific crystal with specific properties. So what you want is you want to tell this crystal, I recognize your ability, I recognize your strength. I honor you in all your dimensions that you vibrate and affect. And I ask that you use your strength to empower my work. So you see, sometimes you can ask certain crystal specific things, but you have to remember what you asked because you don't want it to work against you. In some other cases, you need to honor what those crystals are made of and then tell them that this is a cleansing of the previous energies and you're allowing them to be strong and powerful and do their work, enhancing their abilities by cleansing them and purifying them. If you have any more questions, for those of you who wonder about the jewelry is pretty simple. Same idea. You put it in the smudgy. And this one's made with a crystal, so it does need to be smudged once in a while. If you have rings with stones in them, they should be cleansed once in a while. You can put them in the window as well. They should have been cleansed when you first purchased them. And then you tell the crystal, thank you for your energy that you give me every day. Thank you for your support that you provide to me in my energetic field. And be cleansed. And let's start fresh. So if you have any questions, please write your comments below or contact me on Facebook or my website, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. See you later.